So I can honestly say, in my humble opinion, I think that this past Yojo June was a complete success for the classified team. I think they did a spectacular job revealing figures in a timely manner, keeping the community updated, keeping us involved. They really seem to have found their stride. It's almost like they want our money. but a couple of things I want to address really quickly. Number one, with the Dragonfly. Okay. Yes, it is a funded campaign. Yes, I'm backing it. Yes. I know people who are backing it as well. But there's two groups I want to talk about real quick. The first group is the people who are still ragging on other people for not knowing or really caring about who Glenda is as a character. Let's be honest, I'm keeping it a buck. My humble opinion, this is all my opinion. I think, once again, like I said in a previous video, I think the reveal of Glenda is cool, but on a Haslab, it just slows the momentum. And I mean, this thing right now we're 13 days out at the time of me recording this. They need to reveal that fourth figure. They need to, like, ASAP. Like, that has to be done. They can't wait till 10 days out, because Glenda killed the momentum. It killed the momentum, number one. It killed the momentum for the reseller crowd, who was only in this because they thought that they were going to get figures that they can piecemeal and sell off little by little. We were thinking like we were going to get airborne or something like that, and that's what the scalpers were thinking, and that's why a lot of people backed out. And you saw the number dip down, but you also saw it go. It's steadily climbing up, and it's almost at 15,000 at the time of recording this. And I fully expected to hit 16,000. It's not going to hit the next level. It's not going to hit 19. I don't see, unless they make a giant splash, it's done. 16, whatever we get at 16 with Glenda, it's done. And that's, to me, once again, my opinion, is Hasbro getting in their own way. Also, I'm actually going to say I'm glad in retrospect that it was Glenda, because now we got to weed out the scalpers. The scalpers are no longer really going to be involved, because they're like, oh, I can't piecemeal this because it's going to be hard to sell that Glenda figure when we all know a Scarlet's coming down the road. Like, so part of me is very happy that happened. The other part of me is like, I wish they'd made a bigger splash to get this thing some real strong momentum. Now, bear with me, I'm going to put on the tinfoil cap for a second, and I'm going to say what my buddy and I were thinking the other day. We were talking about this. Maybe, just maybe, they did this on purpose so they don't have to do the last figure, and they can rack up some cash, because, once again, for people that are not in the know, that think these are bonus figures, no, they account for the figures in the final price. So all four figures, Wild Bill, Ripcord, Glenda, and whoever the fourth figure is, that's accounted in the price. That $100 is accounted in the price, which means this project technically is $175. But if we never reach a certain level, well, more bonuses for everybody involved, because they saved money and they made more money. So yeah, my conspiracy theory is that they announced this figure just to sort of like slow down the momentum, so they don't have to make another that last minute figure like they did with Cobra Commander, because I don't think they even know who the last figure was going to be. Because remember, with the Hiss Tank, they pulled that Cobra Commander out of their ass, man. They were like, oh, we're gonna give you the Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander. He. They didn't know they were gonna do that shit. They were like, we didn't expect it to get there this fast. Now they're just kind of sitting there like, we don't have to worry too much about it. They don't seem like they're in a rush to show off that last figure. So, but that's just my conspiracy theory. Bear with that. You know, you take it however you want it. But yeah, other than that, I mean, honestly, they've been doing great this year entirely. Yojo June in particular, but this year entirely. I've been very, very impressed. Now, the point of this video is very important that I talk about this, because I feel like the only thing that I think is holding this line back, and it's the only thing holding most of Hasbro's lines back, we all know it, we all love it, quality control issues. Oh man, like listen, if they can stick the landing, especially with the Hiss tank, if they can stick the landing, if they can weather all the, you know, just have the Hiss tank be a successful campaign. No one sitting online talking about, you know, the thing basically melted in their hands or fell apart, or they put the maximum amount of effort into that Hiss tank. I think, in my humble opinion, I think G.I. Joe could surpass Transformers and surpass Marvel Legends as their top line. I think it could happen. There, I said it. I think it can happen. Because I think this line could be, you nail the Haslabs. Because let's be honest here. Some of these Haslabs have been kind of like, you can go down the list here. Let's go down the list. So Unicron was great. The Barge apparently was great. I don't have the Barge, but I know one person who does have the Barge and they love it. Let's see. We have the Sentinel with the knees that aren't ratcheted, which they later fixed with Galactus. We have the Victory Saber, which to me was a joke of a figure, and all the QC issues that went wrong with that thing. I mean, when major YouTubers are receiving duds, yo, you got a problem, man. Not to mention the regular consumer who doesn't have a YouTube platform, doesn't have like 10,000 followers on Twitter, doesn't have like, you know, 10,000 followers on IG or anything like that. Just the regular person who just wants to collect and enjoy a hobby. When they get 2 left legs, 2 right legs, and they can't even transform the figure that it's in the name, yeah, we got a problem. So, you know, I think they'll make it up with Death Swords. We'll see. But I think QC for the first Haslab for G.I. Joe Classified has to be perfect. If they make this thing perfect, oh my God, this line can go to the moon. And I think more and more people are going to be on board, because they're going to see all these people on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on all social media, Twitter, everything, showing off their Hiss tanks and how happy they are to have them, and how amazing the QC is, and how the coloring, the paint, everything, the accessories, everything just works. The figures are great. Everything just works. If they hit that, if they get a bullseye on that, yeah, it's over. Like, this is going to be their best line. There's no question about it, in my mind, in my humble opinion. Some people may disagree, but in my humble opinion, that's the thing holding this line back. But if we have a situation like we did with CoverGirl and Zorana and Dusty and the Crimson Guard, where the arms just fall off, if we have that issue like some people have with their Serpentor, where the arms just fall off, like, you know, just basically melt in your hand trying to just adjust the arm, we're gonna have a problem. There's gonna be a huge problem, and I think this brand can lose a major amount of momentum. But I honestly, once again, my humble opinion, I don't see that happening. I think they're going to stick the landing. We might get the typical paint mishaps, which I'm fine with that. If, you know, you get a figure with crappy paint, you know, It happens. But when you get a figure that the design is messed up, we have a bigger problem. Like, that's a huge problem. Paint, whatever. Like with Recondo, when the mustache wasn't painted correctly, like the machine just missed by a millimeter or whatever, just missed, but that's not a major flaw. Like, you can still pose the guy without his arm falling out of the socket. I think if they can just have the Hiss tank where the treads don't fall off, where the lights actually work, where the turret doesn't get jammed up, or like the thing just basically doesn't fall apart in your hands, or the batteries don't like die on you or whatever, or the accessories don't fall off, and they fit properly, this could be it. This could be them going to the moon. But we'll see. But, as far as the Dragonfly, I'm in. I'm ready to go with the Dragonfly. But once again, I hope they didn't release this Dragonfly because there's problems going on with the Hiss tank. I hope. But we'll see. Like I said, QC is the only thing holding this line back. That's it. The character selection is great. The coloring is great. The distribution seems to be back on track. QC, we got to get the QC right. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know, are you ready to rock and roll? Are you back in the Dragonfly? Or did you back out of the Dragonfly? Or what do you think about that? Do you think the figures that they're revealing are up to par? Or are you underwhelmed? Are you overwhelmed? Like, let me know what you think about that. But yeah, with that, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you check out the community tab. I'll leave a link to that in the description. That's where I post any deals that I find on figs, any restocks, or any pre-orders that come up as I browse the World Wide Web. Also, in the description, make sure you check out my Amazon affiliate link. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. All you have to do is click on the link and buy away, and Amazon will pay me a small commission for everything you purchase. It's a great way to support the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. But yeah, be safe, be good, and it's the Drunken Prime cracking open another beer and signing off.